going on YouTube, man? It's your boy YUNGFAB tapping back. In another video for y'all, and today, man, y'all know who I got next to me. That boy Cat here 2 times. You know what I'm saying? We're about to be reacting to what would have really happened if Michael Jordan only retired one time. What would that have meant for his stat line, you know, his wins and other things, man? But with that being said, let's get right into the video so we can learn more about Michael Jordan. But what's up?
I got one thing to say to y'all, chat. Just one thing. Do you guys think that, you know, based on the title, you think if Jordan retired once, you think they would, you know, he'd be better than LeBron? That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Man, let's get right into the bit, man.
If he didn't three-peat twice, would he be better than LeBron? LeBron would have more rings, though. If you think about it, peep game lock in.
I bet. We got to see what the video got to say, though, man. With that being said, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the Michael Jordan journey and the classic NBA content, man. Let's get right into the video.
Yes, sir.
Michael Jordan is widely recognized as the greatest icon in basketball history. Naturally, surrounding his legacy is a series of major what-ifs. One of the biggest reasons for this is not because of his popularity alone, but it's because he did something that very, very few players ever do. He retired from the game of basketball on 3 separate occasions. Due to this, people are left to wonder, would Michael Jordan's Bulls have won 8 straight championships if he never retired in 1993 to go play baseball? People wonder if MJ could have defeated the San Antonio Spurs in the 1999 finals. And lastly, people assume that Michael Jordan would be the NBA's all-time scoring leader if he never took all of those breaks. But just how accurate are some of those assumptions?
I never really thought about that. Would he have won the 99 Spurs with Tim Duncan on that if he didn't retire in 98?
I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if LeBron... I mean, if Jordan never retired, he'd probably have, like, 10 rings, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
10 rings?
Yes, bro.
10 rings?
Yes, bro. This guy, 2-3, knows how to hoop. He knows how to hoop. 2-3 knows how to hoop, bro.
Nah, I think he might have gotten too tired, bro, and maybe not won as many, bro. What you think?
I'm not gonna lie. It depends. If Byron Scott's his teammate, he might go crazy.
Oh, yeah, no, you're right.
Obviously, I don't have a crystal ball, and there's no way we can say for certain how things would have gone. But with that being said, we do have a lot of information and data that can lead us to make some educated guesses on how this all would have panned out. So sit back and enjoy as I break down what history could have looked like if Michael Jordan only retired from the game of basketball just once.
Let's go.
Hey, that's a good
First
video.
off, Michael Jordan entered the NBA at the age of 21 in 1984, and he didn't leave the game for the final time until he was 40 years old in 2003.
That's 19 years,
so in this scenario, this will be the length of his completed career.
He was hooping for 19 years straight, bro. I ain't gonna lie, LeBron
not straight. He went to the MLB and then he retired.
You're telling me he did not
coaching.
You're telling me that he never went to a gym and just shot hoops, bro. He was hooping, bro.
I mean, he was training and whatnot, but not like competitively like this. Bro. When you get out of that flow, it changes you.
Okay, but listen though. You're telling me that he never.
Nah, he hooped.
Okay.
But not competitively like this back in the NBA then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still saying bro hooped for 19 years, bro.
Career, which will be a grand total of 19 seasons in the NBA.
Exactly.
Now let's start by looking at his first retirement in 1993. MJ's Bulls were coming off of their 3rd straight championship victory, and surrounding that 3rd run was controversy about Jordan's gambling habits. And then that was soon followed up by the tragic passing of his father. MJ talked about the fact that he was physically and mentally tired, and in honor of his father, he decided to pursue another dream, and that was to play baseball. If he didn't make that decision, then he likely would have been a part of the deepest Bulls roster that they've ever had, as the organization added quality pieces like Steve Kerr, Tony Kukoc, and Luke Longley, while keeping all of their starters from the previous three-peat. Despite insane seasonal averages, Jordan only finished 3rd in the MVP race in the 1993 season, and a lot of people believe that this was a result of voter fatigue. since MJ had won the 2 MVP awards prior to
Alonzo
that.
Mourning's always
In reality,
bodied,
the 93 to 94 Chicago
Patrick
Bulls.
Ewing, bro.
Yeah, it's always Patrick Ewing. And
Alonzo
people
Mourning.
in the chat love Alonzo Mourning, bro. I don't know what's so good about
Bro, because
Alonzo
Alonzo Mourning wakes up early in the morning. That's the reason why chat likes him.
Hey, I guess you're right,
He
man.
wakes
If y'all got a video for me to react to, link it down below. You know what I'm saying? We'll react
Yes,
to
sir.
it.
Yes,
Bulls
sir.
won 55 regular season games without Michael Jordan. Now with him in the lineup, I think it's fair to assume that they're winning at least 65 games.
God, he was
And
gentle
And with
with
Jordan
that.
coming off of a season where he was held back by voter fatigue, I think he would have easily won the league MVP award in 1994. The 1994 NBA Finals would have been a colossal battle between Jordan's Bulls and Hakeem Olajuwon's Rockets. Although Hakeem was a difficult matchup for the Bulls, I still think Chicago easily prevails in this scenario, since it's the deepest team that they've ever had, and that Rockets team went to 7 hard-fought games with the New York Knicks.
Dang.
And this hypothetical Bulls team would have been way more formidable than those Knicks. So as things stand in this what-if scenario so far, Jordan would have won an additional League MVP award, an additional championship, and an additional Finals MVP award.
So now Jordan has 7 rings.
Bro,
Jordan would have 7 rings, then, right?
If I'm keeping it a buck, right? He probably have like 8 rings, bro. In this, feel me?
At least 8.
Yeah, like right now, as of now, like it's probably like 1995 right now. Probably 8 rings at that time. Yeah. So, but if he plays to like 2000,
He
bro,
didn't win until 90, bro.
Listen. I know ball, bro.
So that means he would have had to have won 94 and 95 against the Rockets with Barkley, Olajuwon. I forget, there was another good player on that team.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. They won because Jordan wasn't there. And if Jordan was there, BTA, bro. I'm telling you, Jordan, bro.
I think that team might have gotten Jordan, bro.
Jordan would have had 20 rings by 2000, bro.
How many?
20.
He didn't even play that many seasons.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it would be like that, bro.
So now let's
He'd
look
make
at
it
the
happen, though.
94
He's
to
Michael
95
Jordan.
season.
Exactly, bro.
In reality, you all remember how this was the
Look at that,
season
bro.
where
20
Jordan
rings,
came
bro.
back to the NBA after a stint in baseball, where he only played in 17 games of the NBA's regular season. Although Jordan was still lethal, he was not performing up to his usual standards, since he was still in his baseball shape. Now with a full season
It's
where
the
he
Knicks
never left
again.
the game of
Well, you just
basketball,
call Patrick Ewing,
Jordan
I bet.
is almost certainly performing at a higher level throughout.
45, Jordan?
With that being said,
Bro,
this still would have been a
see,
tougher
bro.
season on Chicago, because the general
They get
wear and
bullied
tear
by
of
old
4
Jordan,
straight
bro.
seasons playing
he
into
40 right
June
here?
would have been taking its toll physically. Plus, this was the season where Horace Grant left in free agency to join the
Bro,
Orlando.
chat, why does Jordan always have his tongue out on his dunks? That's one question I got. Like, how does he always think to have his tongue out? Like, for the dunk on you, like, bro, it's
That's not crazy. It's not
Yeah,
crazy to
bro.
say.
Orlando Magic. If we assume that Grant still leaves in free agency for that massive Orlando contract, then the Bulls are now lacking his inside production on the offensive end. And they're also lacking his interior defense on the other
Oh
end.
my god, yeah, get up.
I broke this all
Patrick
down
Ewing,
in
bro.
detail in a previous video. But in short, I think the Bulls lose in the finals in
This guy just dunked on
1995.
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Jordan
Oh my
also
God.
doesn't win a league MVP this season, since voter fatigue would re-enter the situation, and David
Oh my
Robinson
God,
would
get
still
off
be
of
a
me.
strong candidate as the
He's looking
leader
at
of
all
the
the
62-win San Antonio Spurs.
Is that Larry Bird?
So now we assume that the 96, 97, and 98 season plays out exactly how it did before,
Right.
as MJ added yet another three-peat and several more MVP trophies. Now, as we all can recall, in reality, Jordan retired for a
This guy won a
second time
championship
at the end of the
and retired, bro. That's
1998
actually
season.
crazy.
And
That's
the
some
reason for
aura,
this
bro.
was
You
because
can't retire on an L.
Yeah, I never can, bro. But some NBA players went out like that, bro.
I
Like,
mean, you just
feel
got
me? Like,
to
they
sometimes.
retired.
Yeah, you just got to sometimes. I guess it is what it is.
the Bulls general manager Jerry Krause fired Phil Jackson, regardless of the fact that he just led them to 3 straight titles.
I have a question. You think LeBron's gonna go out on an L?
I ain't gonna lie, that shit would hurt.
That
bro.
would hurt, right?
Like,
That would
Hey,
hurt.
I would, bro. I might shed a tear.
In Jordan's own words, he was unwilling to play
Hey,
for
yo, why is he
Chicago if
looking
they
at him
had
like
any
that,
other
bro?
coach other than
Yo,
Phil Jackson.
yo.
But if MJ didn't have this mindset and decided to stay for a chance at another ring without
Okay.
Jackson,
Okay.
how would that have played out? Well, not terribly well, in my opinion. At this point, the age of the Bulls core was beginning to show, as MJ would be 36, Scottie Pippen would be 33, and then Dennis Rodman would have been 37.
Dang.
Also consider how the lack of Jackson's
I'd look consider that old heads we'd be hooping against. When we hooped against some like 30-some-year-old, like they was low-key considered old heads.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. On that basketball court, I feel like I'm even better than Jordan too, bro. Yeah. Bro, I just didn't have the coach to get me into that path.
Bro,
You feel me? I'm not.
You got to get out there then, bro. You got to get into the league, bro. You got hoop dreams, bro. I know that. Come on,
That's
bro.
facts.
A
You
real
got
man,
hoop dreams too.
a real man's always had
I just
hoop
learned how to
dreams,
dunk
bro.
too, chat. So
leadership on the bench and in the locker room would
Yeah, you can dunk with a tennis ball, chat.
affect this team. Phil was instrumental in managing the egos of this squad and managing the relationship between the players and the executives. All of this pressure and responsibility would have now fell on their rookie head coach, Tim Floyd, who was not suited to manage those players, especially in the case of Dennis Rodman, who in reality did have an epic fallout with the Lakers in the 1999 season. Even with all of these issues, there's still a
I had
chance
no idea he went to the
I have
Lakers
no
after.
idea he even
that the Bulls make it to the NBA Finals
Why is he
in
not on
1999. Since the Eastern Conference was not
Why
all
did he add Dennis
On
Rodman on
90,
the Lakers?
wait,
2K?
on the if he was on the 99 Lakers, did he win with Shaq and Kobe?
I don't know. I think.
Is that a dumb question?
Nah, Shaq and Kobe won in 2000.
Exactly. So 99 and 2000.
Nah, I don't think so. Dennis Rodman has like 8 rings.
8 rings?
Yes.
that strong that season, considering how the 8th-seeded New York Knicks was the team that ended up representing the East. But if the Bulls did make it to the finals in 1999, I have a hard time seeing them as a tired and older squad without Jackson,
Oh my God.
getting past a
Dunking with
powerful
that.
San Antonio Spurs team, who were strongest
Tim
where the
Duncan.
Bulls were at their weakest,
Dang,
which was
Dennis
the
Rodman
painted
scary,
area.
bruh.
Ultimately, I think the Bulls would have fallen
Yo,
way
Jordan, get
short
up
of the
with me, bro.
championship in 1999.
Nah, bro, he played
But it
some
is Michael
basketball.
Jordan we're talking about, so you can never write him off
Bro,
completely.
why is he blocking it? Why is
After
Jordan
the
coming out
98 to
of
99 season is where things get really weird and become basically impossible to predict. By that year, Rodman was a shell of his former self and would only play 12 games of the regular season before his retirement. Although Scottie Pippen was still competitive, he was reduced to a 12 points per game role player rather than a 20 points per game sidekick. If Jordan was to remain with the Bulls for the 2000 and 2001 season, I think it's fair to assume that Jerry Krause would have tried to retool the team and make some major trades to give MJ a contending supporting cast. But given the age and the physical shape of the assets, I
Yeah,
kind
they like 55 days to twerk for Michael Jordan.
of doubt that he could have pulled that off. Plus, this was the era of the Shaq and Kobe dynasty, so there's no
Nah, they
realistic
won that,
way that we
bruh.
can
They
expect the
won that,
Bulls to
bruh.
compete with that
That was
Los
Shaq
Angeles
and Kobe,
3-piece
bruh.
squad.
Let's do it.
Then MJ does his couple seasons
Kyrie
in
LeBron,
Washington, and his career is all wrapped up in the
Then it's
summer
MJ
of
and Scottie Pippen.
2003. So at the end of Michael's career, if he had never retired, he would have had 7 championship rings instead of
he's got
6.
20.
He would have had 7 finals MVPs instead of 6, and he would have had 6 league MVPs instead of 5, tying him with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for the most in NBA history. He would also have a 7 out of 9 NBA Finals record, which certainly isn't as clean as 6-0, but it is more success overall. But what about his scoring records?
Nah,
Because
better
that's a
than
lot
Kobe.
more time in the NBA.
Nah, I'd prefer to have 7 and 9 than 6
Nah,
and 0.
6-0 is aura. But you're telling me no one could whoop him? That
No,
means
wait,
no one has a
no,
leverage
it
on
would be
him.
7 and 2.
Yeah, that's
Not
ass.
7 and
That's
9, 7 and 2.
That's ass. 7-2, you lost twice, 2 years. Nah.
You made it at least to the finals. LeBron made it 10 times.
But he only won 4, bro. That's I ain't gonna lie, admit that.
I know,
bro. That's
but
bad.
Michael Jordan got spanked before he even got to the finals. In the
But
playoffs, he got spanked.
okay,
He couldn't even
not
make
as
it to the
much as LeBron.
finals.
Bro, LeBron
he just
hasn't-
lost the last couple
LeBron
3
hasn't
games.
left the
You know what I'm
first
saying?
round. LeBron hasn't left the first round in like 4 years, bro. I'm so serious,
Bro, he doesn't like LeBron anymore. Chat, he's literally not. He's not a LeBron supporter in any sense anymore. He's gone out the video. Chat, let's keep watching this.
Well, in reality,
talking about Cleveland, this is for you. He talking about I'm not a LeBron fan, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm a Cavs LeBron fan, bro. I just have to let y'all know, bro. I just have to let y'all know.
Yeah. He grabbed that off my wall, bro. I don't know what he was talking about.
At the end of Jordan's career, he had a grand total of 32,292 points, which currently has him in the 5th spot on the NBA's all-time scoring list. So let's get started by trying the 5th spot.
Look at this list.
Oh, yeah, that's hard as hell.
Look at this list. Look at him. Look at hers.
On the NBA's all-time scoring list. So let's get started by trying to estimate what Jordan would average in his first 2 seasons after his retirement. First, we need to subtract Jordan's 457 points in his 1995 season from his grand total, since he will instead be playing in the entire season.
Jordan's super good at 2K. Like, he's super good to use in 2K.
Yeah, no, I've been randomly playing and picking up Jordan on 2K. Yo.
I mean, like, he kind of has aura.
Bro, I be dunking every time the full bar is green.
Full bar everywhere.
Well, in the 4 years that Michael Jordan was playing in the triangle offense leading up to his first retirement, he was averaging 2,569 points per season. Considering his age at the time, I think it's fair to assume that MJ would have maintained this pace in 1994 and in 1995, which means that we need to add 5,138 points to his career total. That gives him 36,973. Now we need to add the 99, 2000, and 2001 season. In his 3 seasons leading up to 1999, Jordan was playing all 82 games, while his points per game averages continued to decrease by just under 1 point per season. If we assumed that this trend would continue and adjust for his lockout-shortened 1999 season, then he would have theoretically scored another 5,728 points over that 3-season stretch, which now brings his grand total to 42,701 points. This would make him the all-time leading scorer ahead of LeBron James. Although LeBron could still potentially
I don't believe. No way. As of this video being posted, maybe, but LeBron's still gonna get more points and top him at the end of the day.
Catch Jordan, depending on how long he's willing to play.
Come on, you can't take
when you consider the fact that MJ played 3 seasons in college, while LeBron entered the NBA straight out of high school, it really gives you some perspective on just how insane Jordan's scoring actually was. So at the end of the day, 7 championships, 7 finals MVPs, 6 league MVPs, 11 first team all-defensive selections, the NBA's all-time leading scorer, and most people would be calling him the GOAT. So I guess not much really changes on that front. So what do you guys think? How would Jordan's career have played out if he had only retired once?
This is what I'm gonna say, man. I absolutely think Michael Jordan, if he did not retire, would absolutely have gotten these better, MVP. I think he actually would have gotten that probably 7 and then 2 lost his finals. I think this is actually a pretty accurate video, what he's saying, but I do not think he's going to top LeBron's scoring record, man. What do you think?
That's facts. And I'm not going to lie with y'all. I feel like 6-0 is better than 7-2, bro. Like, imagine you have that much aura. Like to the point no one can beat you. Come on, that's just better, bro. But, let us know down below, man.
But with that being said, man, if y'all did like this video, hit that like button down below. Show your support to the channel. Comment down below other videos like this and the little things we said throughout. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of the NBA content, man. I hope y'all have a good day. And I'm going to catch y'all in the next video. Yes, sir.